through like the whole thing.
That might be a better look than me trying to do whatever the hell it is I'm trying to do.
That's the butterfly
bound angle pose.
Yeah.
That's not good. You're not gonna be comfortable.
Are you already recording?
I am.
Hi, my name's Angelique, and I am a certified Ayurvedic practitioner, and I'm going to explain what that's all about when I go through my presentation here. But I mostly work with people who have any kind of health problems or issues, and it could be serious, a chronic issue, or it could be someone who just doesn't feel well and they don't feel like they're performing to their best, and their doctor has poo-pooed them because they've said there's nothing wrong with you, your blood work's fine, everything's great, and that they just don't feel like they're at their optimal. And that's where I come in. I try to help them make small changes to their lifestyle, their diet, their routines, and any herbal supplementation or exercise practices such as yoga to help them feel their best and perform at their best. And so that's why I feel like I'm, uniquely situated to help people in the professional world as well as in the yoga and fitness world.
All right, we're bumping back in after we had some microphone issues.
Yes.
So since we fixed them, we've taken off our shoes. Okay.
Comfy.
And if we're going back to where we came from, you were telling us how you did a lot of work with people that are recovering from substance abuse. Mm-hmm. So how did you end up wanting that to be your niche? Is there like something personal?
There is.
You don't have to share it. I'm sorry.
No, I will. I'm very public and open about this. I'm in recovery from addiction, and in fact, in June I celebrated 15 years clean and sober. Woo! Thank you. So it's been
Let's
a little
take a
while.
shot. Just kidding. Just see how I told you I'd get canceled? Kidding.
It's okay. It's 15 years. If it was 15 minutes, we'd have a problem. But it's 15 years. It's okay. So I had this history, and when I got clean, I started going to meetings and I did all the things to help me stay clean. But yoga was a huge integral part of my recovery. Mm-hmm. A lot of the concepts and philosophies of yoga are very similar to the 12 steps of different fellowships. Mm-hmm. And so I was able to integrate it into my own recovery to really help me stay grounded and focused and deal with stress, without the use of a drink after work or anything else, and to help me quit smoking. So I winded up, finding my way into this environment. And in fact, the first job that I had, they asked me, the first question they said was, tell me about yourself, Angelique, in the interview. And I said, well, at the time, I have 10 years clean. And they were like, you're hired. And I was like, that's the only time in life I can use this to get the job. And so I've just kept going down that road. Mm-hmm. I felt like if I can help my people, my community, people who are suffering and struggling with this, mental illness is really what it is. It's a disease. Then I can really make a difference. And so that's what I started doing. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's, we've talked about our own personal struggles on this show and leveraging it into becoming a successful business venture. And that's
exactly what you did.
That is the hallmark story right there. There should really be a special about that.
I love it. I love being able to share my experience, strength, and hope with people. And I always start out with hey, I'm not a therapist. I'm one of you. And I just want to, we just talk very openly in here, and they love that about yoga. But some people have told me that the best part of rehab for them was coming to yoga classes, and they felt supported, and they got the best therapy in yoga, even though that's not really what I was providing. But it's
therapy.
It is
to sit with yourself in silence, and I think you can correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not in recovery or anything, but I would think that when you get to yoga and you're in mental illness and you're able to sit with yourself in silence, that's
it's huge to be able to process your
people
emotions.
can't sit with themselves normally. So it's finally an outlet
they use a substance, and some people don't use a substance. Some people gamble or shop or exercise. I mean,
maladaptive coping mechanism or excess of something that is healthy.
Yeah,
that's the buzzword of the day.
Some people are workaholics, you know, and it's just a good way to practice, you know, just being okay with where you are, and then also learning ways to cope with whatever life throws at you. So in addition to the Wellness Wednesday, like, educational piece that I give them and the yoga classes, I also do sound healing, and then I do the Reiki healing. And that is something special. It's a way of, like, clearing out your energy. Whether you believe in it or not, we are made of energy. So it is possible. Like, when you say someone you don't like comes into a room and sucks all the energy out of the room, right? Or
bad energy.
That feels like bad vibes. Or, you know, your intuition pops up when you're walking down a dark alley and you get a little nervous. The energy's not right, you know? Those things are all energetic. We're all experiencing these energies.
Scientifically, we are all made up of energy anyway, because we're all made up of atomic compounds, which is
I'm a believer that we're energy.
I just wanted to scientifically prove it.
So Reiki does help you clear your energy, like if you have energy that's stuck, and so it's very closely related to your chakras, which are the 7 main energy centers in the body. There's more than 7, but we focus on 7, and they actually correlate to the stages of development in Western psychology. So, for example, your root chakras develops from conception until birth.
Is that the red?
That's the red.
So I got really into this at one point. I was like, I'm healing myself. So, like, that was the one I was going to start with. So there was, like, poses that like that you would specifically do that were supposed to help heal it. I think one was like the tree. Or
so
something.
Anything where you root, where you ground down, and that's where everyone should start, is with the foundation. And no one can do too much grounding. Like, it's not like you can excessively ground. Everybody needs more grounding, particularly in the world that we live in today. There's so many things coming at us all the time from so many places, and so we need to center ourselves and ground. Simple way to do it, super simple tip, barefoot. Here's some feet. And place your feet on the ground outside, walk through the grass. It's easy to do in summertime. If you have kids who play sports, you can be on the sidelines, kick off your shoes, just stand in the grass.
The goal is just what? To be mindful of
your connection with the earth. And that helps you to find your connection to yourself. And if you have any kind of, you know, if there was anything that went amiss in your stages of development, your chakra could be blocked through no fault of your own. And then stress, life, you know, things get in the way. And so with Reiki, we start to help to clear that energy out, let it flow more freely. Most people report feeling more relaxed afterwards. Some people get extrasensory types of experiences where they might feel emotional. They might feel a change in temperature where my hands are on their body. They might see colors or patterns, and more rarely they might get like a vision of some sort. They always ask me afterwards, everybody without fail, like, what does this mean, Angelique? And I'm always like, well, I don't know. What does it mean to you? You know, like, I don't know what Uncle Ray means when he popped up in your mind when I put my hands over your heart. You know, like, that's something you need to
look within
figure
yourself
out.
About Uncle Ray. So what's a session like this look like?
So typically when you come to me for a private session, massage bed, clothes on, just comfortable, relaxed, soft music, dark room, and I place my hands on different areas of your body. There's 12 main areas, but then depending on what I'm feeling, there might be additional places where I would place my hands. Sometimes I feel something and you feel nothing. Sometimes you feel something and I feel nothing, and sometimes we're both feeling it. And the goal is just, like I said, to get that energy flowing more freely. it's people say they feel like they're sinking. They're like just so completely relaxed. They'll have the best sleep of their life that night. And just like any other energy healing, you should drink a lot of water afterwards. Most sessions are about 60 minutes. And then when I'm doing it in these group sessions, I can do it, 2 minutes here, 2 minutes there, like around the room.
And then are you saying anything while you're putting like your hands over anything?
No,
or someone's just laying, you're moving, and then you'll ask questions? Maybe
I do a consultation in the beginning to kind of see, I have people fill out a form and to note what's going on in their body, and then I might ask them some questions in the very beginning. But then it's silence. Like the point is to really be able to unplug and turn off and relax.
So we have a lot of good self-care, almost regimented, preventive type of self-care here. What happens when we're not doing that as business people, as managers, as entrepreneurs? What do you see, and how does that impact somebody's business?
Lots of people cope in these unhealthy ways that we already touched on a little bit, but sometimes it's not as obvious as drinking too much. I mean, if you're coming home from work with the intention of like, oh my God, I need a beer, you're probably entering into that dangerous category already because you need it to deal with your stress. But many people are just, not letting go of their stress. If you live your whole life worried about work, are you really living your life? I think there's specific people I'm thinking of when I say this, and so I know it exists for a lot of people. They're working hard all week. They're stressed out. They're, not eating well, not sleeping well, just getting tense and heated, and maybe having a little bit of panic or anxiety. And then they can't wait for Friday. And Friday rolls around, they veg out on the couch, they watch a lot of TV, they eat a lot of bad food, they order in, that sort of thing, or they go out. And then Saturday morning, they might have one good day with their family, their kids, their friends. And they might do things around the house. And Sunday morning, they wake up and the stress starts again in anticipation of Monday. So you have 6 days of stress and 1 day of enjoyment.
And the pressure of enjoying that day.
Yes.
God forbid something happens that you can't enjoy that day, right?
Exactly. What if it rains?
Yeah.
Living for the weekends.
And now you have spent how many working years? 40, 50, 60? In this constant state of stress, if you're lucky to make it 60, because stress is the number one killer, right?
Yep.
I mean, they say it's heart disease, but what causes heart disease?
Sure.
Stress.
Massive contributor.
Well, I mean, bad eating habits also cause heart disease. What causes bad eating habits?
Stress.
So is it worth it? Like, is it really worth it?
I feel like we all know it's not worth it. But I think we talked a little bit about something earlier. It's like, we all know things are wrong or not worth it, but it's like, what are you gonna do?
Either
it's just so hard. It's like,
either you
I've
say
been a little pessimistic lately, but yeah.
So I think of it two ways, right? Like, you can, when you become grateful for what you have becomes enough. That is one of my favorite mantras. So rather than always trying to get more money, more status, more items, latest technology, new car, vacation home, wonderful vacations. I do vacation a lot. I travel a lot. It's different, I guess, than vacationing. But you always want more. And the disease of more, it's actually the disease of addiction.
Yes.
But it causes you to need to have this stress, right? But if what you have is enough and you don't always need more, then you can make decisions based on your health, your family, and living right now instead of living in the pursuit of more. Which you can't enjoy your more if you're dead before 70, which, sorry, that's like the cold hard truth, How many people die from heart attacks in their 40s and 50s?
Yeah, it's very scary.
And I want to draw specifically on your wellness in the workplace presentation that All right, yeah, I've seen it like 3 times already because we recorded one together. And it's a great presentation. We have it on YouTube, actually, under our marketing agency channel. I'll link it in there. It's a must-watch. It's about a 45-minute deep dive into everything Angelique's talking about right now, folded into how not only does the self-care create a positive and productive and profitable working environment, one that you actually enjoy being at. And it also, it transfers to the people around you, whether they're your coworkers, your bosses, your employees, especially those watching. And so you hear all the time, and I'm gonna throw some excuses out there that I know I hear from people who say they don't have enough time to go to the gym, or I can't possibly take up yoga or go to a Reiki session. I just don't have enough time. But there's got to be something that somebody can do in the moment or build into a small routine.
Absolutely.
No matter where they are, if they're sitting on a floor in a podcast studio because the chairs were all taken, or if they're at their desk.
Absolutely. There are 5-minute or 3-minute or 30-second things that you can do to help you relax in the moment. And in fact, I recommend doing these things as often as you think of them at your desk. But of course, if the day doesn't allow, doing it even once will make a difference. So let's do them together.
Let's. And if you are managing your time, use a timer, set an alarm, you can do this at least once a day. There is enough time in the day, I promise, to squeeze in 5 minutes. If you don't, you're making an excuse for yourself, and allow yourself to be treated better. Allow yourself to be treated better. Make those 5 minutes.
I should say that if you have to go to the bathroom while you're working and you're holding off on using the toilet because you're working, you're busy, you're too busy, that is the first sign that you need to take a break. That can actually cause disease in your body. So from an Ayurvedic standpoint, go use the bathroom, sit back down, and then do this. And that'll be the perfect little break. So you want to start with your feet flat on the floor. And this, once again, helps you ground. If you can kick off your shoes at work and do it, even better. In your case, you're already on the floor. You've made contact. You can sit whatever way feels good with your... No, sit. Okay. I mean, if you want to use the stool.
What if I have a floor job? We're gonna go through all the scenarios here. If I have a floor job, whatever that means.
I'm over here anticipation, my feet are here.
So the first thing we're gonna do is take your chin towards your chest. So very tiny movement. If you have a lot of stress in your neck and your shoulders, you are already going to feel this just bringing your chin to your chest. And we do tend to hold a lot of stress there. Then keeping your gaze towards your lap, I want you to take your left ear towards your left shoulder. And you might feel a stretch down the right side of your neck. If you want to increase the stretch, you can kind of reach your right arm out to the side.
I'm gonna stick with the regular one.
The space might not allow. Then you'll take your chin back towards your chest and roll your right ear towards your right shoulder. And once again, you'll feel that stretch down the left side of your neck. And you can even open and close your mouth a little bit here to let your jaw release if you tend to clench your jaw. And now we're just going to take it back and forth. So chin towards chest, left ear towards left shoulder, chin towards chest, right ear towards right shoulder. So these little half circles. Now, as you're moving, and you can keep going, you might get to a point where it feels like you get stuck. At that point, you just want to pause and kind of floss your neck a little bit side to side until you work the kink out, and then that's it. That's it. It's a simple little stretch.
Not even 3 minutes.
To let go of that tension in your neck. If you have a little more time and you're like, ooh, that felt really good, I want to continue. Can I give the second one? Do we have time for it?
Yes.
So this one's a little more involved with your arms. I'm going to try not to knock over the mic here. You'll take let's do right arm under left arm.
Right arm
Depending on how tight your chest and your shoulders are, this might be as far as you go, in which case you can take opposite hand to opposite shoulder, lift your elbows up in line with your shoulders. So this is option 1. Option 2 would be to bring the backs of your hands together, and option 3 would be to do this little double wrap, palms together. Yes!
Am I doing
it? Amazing.
Wow.
Good flexibility for someone who doesn't do yoga.
Thank you.
This is your eagle pose or eagle arms, and you probably already feel it in your shoulders. Upper back.
Really? Just my left one?
Okay, good.
Is that weird? Should I have it in both?
No, that's okay. Wherever you feel it is where you're supposed to feel it. You can stay like this. You can move your elbows from side to side. You can move your head from side to side, and this kind of stretch will help to loosen up that area in your shoulders. Of course, then you would have to do it on the other side, so the opposite arm underneath, and it might feel different on this side, so don't try to force it. Option 1 might be better on the second side than option 3, for example.
I feel in the same spot when I do both sides.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
On the
What's going on? Do I need to get my arm amputated?
You might need a massage.
I'll let my husband know later.
So it will tell you something
Maybe
about
I
your
like a
body.
knot or something.
Wherever you're feeling it the most is the area that you probably need to stretch the most.
Yeah.
And if it's dulling the sensation from the other side because it's so strong on one side, you need to work out that knot.
I have
that's my
homework for tonight.
recommendation. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you just outed her husband to sign him up for something he didn't sign up for, but
Honestly, I've got this like weird obsession with watching chiropractors and watching knots get released. So like my husband's so lucky because like I'm always like, can I rub your back? Because he always has knots.
so you're just practicing.
It makes it seem like I'm like a really nice.
Did you try the thing with the thing around his neck?
Girl, no, I can't do that. I'll paralyze him. The Y strap. That's one
I
too.
don't even know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
So
We're
the
gonna
Y
look that up. I'll
strap
link
is
something.
pretty much like the pool, except they use like a thing.
Oh,
Like an actual
seen
strap.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's intense. I'm not. Nobody's doing that to my neck. I'm sorry. Sorry, I love chiropractic work, and I love the acupuncturist. Highly recommend that too. But
I've never been to a chiropractor, but I would love to go. But it's I hear like you have to keep going once you go.
no.
That's the salesmanship in them. They want you to keep coming back.
I mean, they want you to have like a level of maintenance, but if you're going for a specific injury or pain or something like that, you just go as many times as you need until the pain goes away. And then I go for like an annual checkup, or check-in. Anyway, that's just me. Talk to your doctor.
Yeah. As always, talk to your primary care physician, your doctor.
Here's the waiver.
Right.
This is not a substitute for medical advice.
I wanted to ask you this earlier. So what you were doing this since 2017, so then like COVID came. So what kind of stressors were you hitting and like how were you pivoting from it? Were you losing part of like your routine that kept you from getting too stressed, or how was that time for you?
Yeah, it was really hard. I mean, obviously the 12-step meetings all moved online, which is a little bit harder. And as someone who lives alone, it was a challenge to not be around people. I'm an extrovert, like it was super challenging. Yeah. I drove to Florida a couple times to visit my parents during the pandemic, but I had to pivot a lot. And I went back to school for my master's degree in Ayurveda and integrative medicine. Ayurveda is the oldest system of medicine in the world, dating back more than 5,000 years, and it's the basis for our medical system today. I had always incorporated some aspects of Ayurveda into my personal life, and I wanted to explore it deeper. So I did an online program with later on an internship in India, and then I went back for a second clinical rotation in India as well. And I love India.
Are you a Zen master?
No.
Okay. So
I don't even know what that is. Do I
don't
seem
know.
very Zen? I don't know.
When I think of India, I'm thinking of like the calm
I think
Buddhism.
that might be Buddhism.
Buddhism.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am not Hindu or Buddhist or, you know, any of the above, but I appreciate all of the other religions. But yoga and all of these systems, while they're rooted in Indian culture, which at the time was predominantly Hindu, they are not religious practices. They are more of philosophies, or in the case of Ayurveda, it's a medical system. It's a system of health. So it's the earliest surgeons were recorded back then, and it's really quite amazing. So Ayurveda helped me deal with stress during the pandemic. I mean, granted, I was back in school full time, and so that was stressful too. But I learned how to eat in a different way and how to address healthcare in a different way, so that it's more like well care. Instead of focusing on treating symptoms, I was focusing on root causes. And that allowed me to stay very healthy throughout the pandemic. It also helped me with my mental health. There is a correlation, which I'm sure you've heard, between your gut and your brain. It's called the vagus nerve, and something like 80% of your serotonin is formed in your gut. So if you have an unhealthy digestive system, then you're going to have problems with your brain.
Unhealthy mind.
Right?
So last question then, now that you brought up the food thing, hot foods versus cold foods.
Yes, my favorite topic. Hot foods are better for you. So one of the unhealthiest things that we do that we think is healthy as Americans is we eat cold, raw foods, particularly salads. We're like, hey, I'm on a diet, because we're always on a diet. I'm going to eat this salad. And there's a reason why cold, raw foods are recommended, because they're harder to digest. And when they're harder to digest, they keep you full longer, right? But they're harder to digest. So your system has to work extra hard on digesting that food rather than on repairing the cells in your body and protecting you from illness and germs and outside things. So it is better to eat your food warm and cooked. And I mean, it's nourishing, it's grounding, it's good for you, and it helps you deal with stress.
I'm gonna try cooking my salad later.
Listen, if you can't have cooked,
Throw my romaine in the microwave.
lettuce. Well, grilled romaine is lovely.
Right?
I never had it.
If
It
you've
sounds
never
good,
done
though.
it,
Yeah,
you
it
can do it
sounds-
in the oven.
Yeah.
And you can also put like grilled chicken on top, or like some warm toppings on your cold lettuce if you can't get away
Salmon
from the
with
cold
wilted
lettuce.
spinach, if you will.
Perfect. I love
Yeah.
it.
Raw salmon?
No,
cooked
or
salmon.
It doesn't get
Did
wilted
you ever
until
see
you put
people
the
who
stuff.
eat like it's
Yeah.
like breakfast salmon, but it like is like raw looking?
Yeah, you
Oh,
put that
yeah,
on
lox.
bagels and stuff. Lox.
So
yeah.
good.
Guys,
Oh, let's
no,
go.
you guys
I mean,
are.
that's not Ayurvedic, but it's delicious.
Yo, I rather eat a cold salad than raw fish.
More for me.
You don't like sushi?
I don't like sushi.
Oh, so
yeah. Maybe I'll try one day. It's like I just can't. I just can't.
I mean, it's not Ayurvedic. It's not Ayurvedic. I'm going to say that. But once in a while, you know, everything's okay in moderation.
I'm also not a foodie. Like I'm like bar food. That's cool. Like I'm not trying to have hummus with like a stick. I don't know. Like I just like wings and pizza.
I mean, who wouldn't?
I mean, it tastes good,
Yeah.
but it's so bad
Yeah,
for you.
well, wait,
Listen.
hang on. You said hot foods are good. No,
Yeah,
let's
hot
not
foods
get
are
that
good.
confused.
Processed fried.
Nothing better than a hot Big Mac.
We heard on mindinghour.com that you should be eating a hot fried Big Mac instead of a salad.
No fried foods, no frozen foods, no processed foods. Well, I should say the least amount that you can incorporate into your diet. So once in a while, everything's. I mean, who doesn't like Taco Bell?
At 2 a.m. and you need something, T-Bell slaps. Run for the border.
Stop! I'm starving right
Yeah.
now. I won't do it though. I won't
But
do it.
if you can do like more of a brothy type of food, particularly when you're stressed, when you're already stressed, to eat things that are more nourishing to your gut is going to help you deal with or manage your stress in a better way, and it won't compound into those scarier issues that we talked about earlier. So
It's nice that you said that because I don't know if one day I told you, but like I will eat how I feel. So if I'm like feeling like stressed and crappy, I'm like, I'm gonna hit Chick-fil-A. Like I'm eating how I feel. I feel like a breaded piece of chicken right now. So I'm gonna try and keep that in mind for next time. I'm like, do some broth.
Just change one thing up this week. Change one thing up.
French onion
That's all.
soup.
Oh yeah, now we're talking.
Oh wait, is that one don't count because it has cheese?
Yeah, it's got bread and cheese in it.
No. I think it's better than the Big Mac. Do it.
All right.
Yeah.
Do it. Notice how you feel. Tell me. I want to hear afterwards how you feel.
So check in. Actually, everybody who's watching, check in. We want to hear what you eat and how you feel. Let's do a little live food journal.
Food journal.
Food journal in the comments. Hey, not a journal, but just a comment. What are you eating and how do you feel? What are you eating and how do you feel?
When I eat bad, I feel awful.
I mean, like, I shouldn't be eating dairy.
Chocolate milk, though.
And, I mean, I use Lactaid when I'm going to be eating dairy, but, like, you feel different.
I'm with you. I agree.
It doesn't feel as good as when I eat something I'm not allergic to.
We've been able to, in summation, we've been able to give everybody a whole new set of tools to apply to their personal life, to their business life, to their workplace. Is there still a workbook out there if we wanted to discover our dosha?
There is. I have a Discover Your Dosha workbook. I also have an Oh No, I Ate Dairy emergency protocol.
Ooh.
For those people who are like me with dairy intolerances.
Where can we find them so we can drop them in the show notes?
My website is wholeimagewellness.com, and you can find all the good stuff there.
We'll drop the direct links in there.